UNO. I'm no expert. It's me, Rob V. I just call it how I see it. And it's Monday, so all the experts have had time to weigh in on this past Saturday night's Teofimo Lopez Vasily Lomenchenko 12-round fight. I made a preview video. I said that I thought Lomenchenko would win on a decision, possibly a late round stoppage. Well, I was wrong. Teofimo Lopez did what most people, experts included, myself included, thought he wouldn't do, which was outbox Vasily Lomenchenko. Now, here's the thing. It was a good fight. It was a competitive fight, but in a different kind of way. We all know Lomenchenko's a notoriously slow starter. We talk about how he downloads, he reads, he feels his opponent out, and then he starts to pick up the pace. Okay, well, it took him longer than normal this time. It wasn't until about the 6th round where he started actually picking up the pace. And arguably wasn't until the 7th round until he started really winning rounds. So what little controversy there is regarding this fight, it really isn't about who won. To say Teofimo Lopez didn't win, it'd be kind of a misguided statement. He did win, or he at least eked out his victory, held on to his victory, I would say, in my personal observation. He had a very smart game plan. He was very sharp, and he did all the things that he normally does that make him successful. He mixed up level changes. He threw combos to the body, brought it up to the head, and how he kept Lomenchenko at bay early on in the fight was very smart. Lomenchenko being a southpaw, okay, he fights with that right foot forward. He likes to step outside of his opponent's lead leg normally, which is your orthodox conventional stance, which Lopez stands in, would be his left leg. So Loma's trying to step outside of Lopez's left leg. Throwing that right hand is the best way to catch him. You catch him stepping off, but he runs right into your right hand. So what Lopez did that was smart is he kept punching that right hand straight out to the body. So every time Loma was trying to use his lead foot, his right foot, to step outside of Lopez's left foot, Lopez just had to throw that right. So it's very smart. He did a lot of damage to the body, and I'm sure that slowed him down. And he threw a lot of power shots, speed power shots, that kept Lomenchenko honest. Now, I scored it round by round. I watched the fight Saturday night, and then I watched it again yesterday morning. I watched it fresh again in the morning, and I judged it round by round. Now, I had Teofimo Lopez winning round 1, I had Loma winning round 2, and then Teofimo won 3 through 6. Now, I had round 6 and 7 sort of like 50-50-ish, but ultimately I gave 6 to Lopez and I gave 7 to Loma, and that's where you get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5 straight rounds for Lomenchenko. So the 12th round was a battle. Teofimo Lopez ended it stronger. He ended the 12th round stronger, so he ended the fight more strong. He made more of an impression. So, the way I saw the fight, I saw it 6 rounds to 6. I judged it round by round. I had the first 6 rounds minus the second for Lopez. So that's 5 out of the first 6 rounds. And then I had the last 6 rounds minus the 12th for Lomenchenko. So that's 6 rounds apiece, with Lopez dominating the first half of the fight, save for the second round, and Lomenchenko dominating the second half of the fight, save for the 12th round. But it wasn't like he didn't do anything in the 12th round. He just wasn't as effective as Lopez. Now, it turned like both men displaying excellent boxing IQ, excellent speed, excellent skills, excellent combinations. And like I said, Lopez's body work is really what saved him. He started integrating the uppercut, but he didn't really land that many solid uppercuts. He did land a few, but a lot of the punches Lomenchenko was blocking. Now, me personally, I like to see someone end it more strong than they started it. But in this case, Lopez did end it strong in the 12th. But in the 11th round, Lomenchenko was really putting a pretty good beating on Lopez. So all in all, it was a great fight. The only controversy that I saw, the only problem that I saw, which most people had, was with at least 2 of the 3 scorecards. If someone's going to say 116 to 112 for Lopez, that's fine. That just means he wins 8 rounds and you give Lomenchenko 4 rounds. Now, I could see with some of those close rounds, like say 6 and 7, if you give those both to Lopez, then you get an 8-4 round advantage, which leads to 116, 112. I personally had a 114, 114. If I was going to say Lopez won, okay, then I give him 7 rounds to 5. You know, you get the 115 to 113. That's how I would have Lopez winning. Now, the other 2 judges' scorecards are what was crazy. You had one judge calling it 117 to 111. It's like, man, you had a dude winning 9 whole rounds. Then you have 119 to 109. 119 to 109. And I think that was a Letterman. I don't know. But those were crazy scorecards. 116 to 112, I could see that being feasible because a couple of those rounds were close. Those other 2 scorecards were way off. Way off. But, you know, like I said, for me, you could have called it a draw and it would have been fine, but it wouldn't have been definitive. So if I'm gonna lead towards, you know, the fact that Lopez won, I would say it would have been 7 rounds to 5, and it would be a 115 to 113 scorecard. But like I said, I'm no expert. I call it how I see it. I saw it as a draw. With there was a couple things in there, like headbutts were happening, and that sometimes happens with a southpaw versus a conventional fighter. You get headbutts, but a few of those times I noticed when Loma was coming in, he was coming in with punches like a lead right hook, and Lopez would be reacting, and he would swing his left hook around and like bring Loma's head into his own face accidentally, I'm sure, but it wasn't like Lomenchenko was leading with his head to throw a headbutt. It wasn't no dirty shit. It was just the clash of a stance, orthodox versus southpaw stance, and the fact that Lopez was doing some holding and hugging at certain moments in the fight, not like excessively or anything, but part of the holding and hugging is, you know, you wrap your arm around and under, sort of like that, and sometimes you just bring the fighter in close, and because Lomenchenko was coming with that right hook, and Lopez was trying to counter with his own left hook or just hold him, he was bringing his head into his face. So it was a good fight, entertaining fight. I think they're set up for a rematch. I think if you go back to an immediate rematch on this one, it will show us kind of like Canelo versus Golovkin. Is the older guy just too old now? Not that he was past his prime, but just is it time for this younger guy to completely take him out and beat him 2 times in a row? Or will Lomenchenko be able to get back 1-1 and then create an epic trilogy fight? Remains to be seen, but I'm no expert. I call it how I see it, and what I saw personally, I would have called it a draw. But either way, we're all winners. All boxing fans are winners. It was an excellent fight, and we're looking forward to the next one. All right, you wanna tell me what you think in the comments. If you watched the video, give it a like and interact with me. Tell me what you thought about the fight. Who do you think won? You know, like I said, we're all winners for being able to witness that. It's a great display of boxing skill, power, heart, comeback, drama, all that. All right, you wanna.